Hypercrush is an amazing product that I use to get through most of my workouts, especially when I'm training with my coach, Oscar Ardon. So I use Hypercrush to basically give me that focus, the intensity, the pump, everything that I need to get through those crazy workouts. MHP even took it a step further and they created the Hypercrush RTV, which is just basically pure energy in a bottle.
3 weeks before the 2020 Arnold Classic, Victor Martinez and Akim Williams meet with legendary trainer Oscar Ardon at his private gym. Though Victor has been working with longtime trainer Victor Munoz and old friend Chad Nichols this time around, MHP wanted to get him and Akim training together because this is a special occasion. It's Victor's last Arnold Classic. Though he has had some wins in the recent past, a series of disappointing placings, plus the inevitable effects of time on his body, have led Martinez to publicly announce his intention to withdraw from competition after this year. Though we all proceed through this back workout as if everything was normal, the historic significance of the moment is never far from our minds. As usual, a training session this close to a show looks different from the rest of the season. The athletes have built whatever muscle they're going to build, and so the objective becomes to refine the look while in a caloric deficit. Not an easy task, but Oscar has had years of experience guiding athletes through a pre-contest prep.
It's intense, it's hard, but just be cautious you don't go too heavy to get injured, but make it intense. If you back off the pedal too much, you can end up getting soft or losing muscle tissue. You don't want to decrease the intensity unless you feel strained or hurt, otherwise you keep pushing. Or put some muscle there so to keep it on. And sometimes doing this way they get stronger leading up to the show. And if they get stronger leading up to the show, what's pushing the weight? Muscle, so the muscle gets thicker and denser. People want to get grainy, want to get hard. Don't fucking train hard leading up to the show. It's not about supplementation. Diet is important, but training is also important. You go back up your training, your physique won't look the same. Unless you overtrain, you need some rest, but otherwise, you push.
I like the way no matter how much you push him and how heavy you go, you keep his form strict.
Always, always.
Which is why I have a hard time watching other guys train, because I get injured watching them train because of their form.
No. I never sacrifice form, technique. And Akim was very strong in the beginning.
Yeah.
If you see everything we're doing, it's always controlled and squeezed. Very different from before. And because the training is different, his physique has changed, has more rounder look, denser look. It's probably one of the best preps we've had. Mindset is probably at its all-time positive, and it's taken time, to cultivate that. He's there. He's there mentally, and then once the person's there mentally, the physical and the actions to take are just autopilot. They all contribute to the belief. And I'm happy to see him in this place. 1 second. When you were speeding the tempo up a little bit, you didn't feel so much in your tricep, right? Or you felt it when you go
right
here?
At here.
That's when you felt it?
Yeah, tricep.
When you were going down or up?
No. When I go down, it's back.
Okay.
When I'm going down, right when I get here.
That's where you stop.
Yeah.
That's where you stop. Because your triceps are dominant, so they take over the movement.
Yeah.
See big triceps? Yeah, to get an overhand grip.
Yeah.
Right, yep. When you feel it, you come down again right there. 2, I know. It's harder. Control it. 1. 2 more like this, 9. Good, 1 more like this, Akim. Come on. Good. There you go, come on, baby. 5, half reps. 1, easy, excellent. 2 more. 4, good. Perfect. On this one, we're gonna get to failure. And when we can go all the way down and contract, we're just gonna get like 5 to just half reps, just to finish out the last bit, okay? But now when you try to run well, just right there, squeeze right there. Because if you fatigue, you can't go all the way down and get a contraction anymore.
Yeah.
8, slow, 8, come on, 8. 9, I need 1 more here. I need 5 half. Let's go, control, whether 1, slow, 2, control negative, 2, 3, 2 more, 4, and that's it. Good. 6. Good. Come on, 3 more. 7. 8. Come on. It's not like a regular pull down because I want to minimize the use of your biceps.
Yep.
So I want to take an overhand grip, and you're going to go from here down here, almost touching your forearms to the quads. Okay. This works the middle and lower lats a lot. From here, squeeze here. Go up, let it stretch, and when you stretch with the body, and then come up and down and contract. Come on. Come on. Good. 1, 2. Squeeze it. 3. Excellent. Squeeze. Good. Visualize the back double bicep. Contract it. Good. 2. Come on. 3. Let's go. Squeeze, squeeze. 6. Come on. 7. Step back a little bit. Right there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 6. Come on. 7. So you really isolate your lower lats, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's go. 2. One more. Good. You're thinking you gotta get under it. No, it's a different movement. This is almost like a combination of 2 movements. It's stiff arm pull downs and this movement together, but it hits it right there. Come on. 5. Make it burn. Let's go. Contract it. Come on. Come on. Crazy back, man. Come on. Squeeze. Slow. Nice. I think the time that we work together has cultivated much more a strong, more dominant, more self-belief in himself than he's ever had. And I see that. And yeah, I always say this, confidence, it can be faked. It comes from doing. And he's been doing it, but as he sees doing it, he believes more in himself. And then I'm able to tap into that part of his subconscious mind. Once you believe like you believe and you don't have no doubt, squeeze, contraction, as a dangerous athlete.
Throughout the workout, I couldn't help but notice that Akim, normally quiet and subdued while training, was unusually withdrawn. I asked Oscar if he thought that this was a good sign.
People can look at that and think that's negative. Well, number 1, he's in 0 carbs, so he doesn't have enough energy. Number 2, he becomes internal. A few times I go over to him subtly and say, "You okay? You okay?" Because to me at times he does look like, "Are you okay?" And then I get that always get that permission. But that's how he needs to be in order to be in tune. Some people listen to gospel music. Some people listen to rock and roll. Some people need to be yelled, "Come on, 20 more reps." No, he doesn't need that. If you notice, my tone with him is different. But that's what needs to happen in order for him to perform at his best. Anything else, it takes him out of that zone, and then he will not be able to perform how he's able to perform. Good. 2, come on. A lot of times, a lot of people either they stand up too high, which puts so much stress on the lower back. I find a 90-degree angle, and when you come up, contract a little bit. Like they're both doing it very similar. They're both getting a good stance, and you see the lats activating and contracting. So a lot of people put heavier weight, either do it on the hand, overhand, and go up too high. It looks like a upright row almost sits.
Or a jerk.
Right. No. You see the lats being worked, activated. So you want to bend over around 90 or slightly above 90-degree angle, get a good contraction and stretch. Make the exercise hard and make it easy. They could do a lot more weight if they go higher and cheat. Yes. Squeeze. 1.
So up to your chest.
2. Yep. You feel really good at this one.
I've shot video of Victor Martinez many times since we first met in 2008, and it's hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that this might be the last time I produce a contest prep training video with him.
Nice. Good.
However, one should never say never. If Vic does well in Columbus, we may indeed be seeing more of him on stage. But one thing is undeniably true. No matter what happens at the Arnold Classic, Victor's legacy in bodybuilding is secure.
The thing that comes up in my head would probably be 2007 Arnold Classic champion. I think everybody, even the winner, Jay Cutler, would probably go on the record and say that Victor should have won that show. So I would honestly say that he's on-crowned Mr. Olympia.
He's the one athlete that I trained that I didn't have to correct the form with the mind-to-muscle connection. He clicked. And if you notice his posing, it's also a representation of how he connects with his back, his lats, his back, biceps, abs, everything. To me, he's a bodybuilder's bodybuilder. It's sad to hear retirement because he's, to me, a potential that's yet to be fulfilled. There was a time that Ronnie Coleman had called him the next Mr. Olympia. Guys, I got you. So he had a lot of struggles to overcome, and he kept coming back, One word that I give Victor is resilience. Squeeze. He's a true definition of resilience. A lot of people can have dealt with the same adversities and they wouldn't come back. You know, he wasn't gonna tap out. And I love that. Squeeze. One more, come on. Squeeze.
Definitely was an honor stepping on stage with him last year, you know, and doing it again this year. So he's still, at the end of the day, you can't take anything away from him. He still had an amazing career. So, and a lot of people, especially in the New York area, he inspired a lot of people to start competing and stuff like that, including me. So.
I mean, if he's able to win and succeed, nobody's going to retire. But last year, he got second to last at the Arnold Classic. I think he should have placed a lot higher, and he hasn't competed since then. I'm hoping and praying that this physique that he brings to this year is a physique that can remind not just him, but the entire world who the fuck Victor is, because he's a fucking awesome human being, but awesome physique. So it's a little sad, but we can't run away from Father Time.
Read about Victor's decision in the current issue of Muscular Development magazine.